a lot of people are skeptical when they see a promoted piece of content, and they might click on your account because the first thing that shows up is your profile, right? With the sponsored piece of content. And then if they click on your profile and literally your account has 0 posts, why would someone trust you?
Brando, hey, let me tell you the truth. It's not about who you know, but who knows you. Brando, it's your story. You can rewrite it if you so choose. It's your life. You decide those moves. Brando, you want to talk about getting the bag? He built a 7-figure brand from scratch. Brando, it's the Brand Up Podcast, but you already know. Enough talking, bro. Let's start this show. Brando.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Brand Up Podcast. Before we jump into the actual episode, if you're enjoying the topics and strategies that you're listening here on the show, I wanted to share with you that I just opened up a few applications for the Brand Up Accelerator program. So if you're looking to take your brand to the next level, or if you're struggling to separate your personal brand from your business, or maybe you're trying to integrate it in your business and get more exposure, or if you're simply just searching for effective ways to build an actual client acquisition system, this accelerator is perfect for authors, business owners, and coaches and online entrepreneurs. So head over to www.brandupaccelerator.com to learn more and apply now. And now let's go back to the episode.
Brando.
If you've been following my content, regardless if it's my YouTube channel, my emails, podcast, or anything in between, pretty much, you know that I'm a big proponent of paid traffic. And the main reason for that is just the fact that you can pretty much control who's seeing your content in terms of if you want to target, and I'm talking about specifically from a business standpoint. So if you have something to sell, regardless if that's a service that's being sold online, in person, or any kind of even local brick and mortar type of services, the reason that I love paid traffic is just for that particular way of looking at traffic is, all right, if I post something organically, right, people will see it, but I cannot really control who's seeing it. And also, if I want to target just United States, for example, or United States and Canada, or maybe the 4 main like English-speaking countries, right, US, Canada, UK, and Australia, you cannot really do that with organic traffic. So that's why, in my opinion, paid traffic is so much more powerful. However, do I believe that paid traffic is the only way to do this? 100% no, right? Here's why. So let's assume that you are now starting your business, or maybe you've been kind of trying to figure out what's the best way to get traffic for your offers. Let's say you created an Instagram account. Let's say you created your Facebook page, or maybe you have a Facebook group or whatever, right? If you don't know a predictable way to get more eyeballs on what are you trying to sell, it's like you're just gonna guess, right? Like let's assume you are a real estate agent, right? And you're planning to sell more houses. And let's assume you just hate cold calling people, right? Like you get from MLS a list of houses that are maybe have not sold or whatever. Like that person, it's already, have been bombarded with the amount of calls that they got in order for someone else to become their agent, right? So if you want to generate your own traffic, your own traffic generating machine, is how I like to call it, the best way is with paid traffic, because you can control specifically if you want to target, let's say, a city. Like I live in Boston now, right? So if I would be a real estate agent in the Boston area, and I know that the top 5 high-end zip codes are in an area where I want to target, doesn't matter how good my content is, I cannot really target those specific zip codes, right? So you can see how this can play out even at a national level, global level, right? So let's assume you're selling some type of online coaching, or maybe some type of done-for-you service. Maybe you're a freelancer, maybe you're just an online coach, an online trainer, and now you're trying to get more discovery calls, right? So you can post every single day a video on Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and all the rest. But again, you're not able to control. You don't have a button that says, boom, my calendar is empty. Just hit that button and I want to get more eyeballs on my discovery call application. You can't. That's literally the reason that I love paid traffic so much. It's strictly numbers. Like, I don't have any kind of love-hate relationship with the whole part of running paid ads. However, if you are just starting out today and you've never sold a single dollar worth of offers, I would not recommend to start directly with paid traffic. Here's why. If you don't have an offer that has shown in the past that it's proven to work, you don't necessarily need more traffic. On the same side, if you don't have a way of delivering the service or the product that you're trying to deliver to people. So when I say product, this can be an online product, this can be an online course, or some type of group coaching program. If you don't know how to deliver that to your new potential customers or students, you don't need more traffic, right? Because that's what I feel a lot of people are missing out, and they think, oh, I'm going to need paid traffic from the beginning of my business. No, you don't. At first, you need to have a couple things in place in order for paid traffic to actually work, because at the end of the day, it's just a numbers game. Can I put $1 in and get $2 back, right? If I can do that, then I'm willing to spend, an infinite number of dollars, because I want to make back, the highest ROI possible, right? At the same token, let's assume you've been a successful business owner and now you just switch to a different niche or industry, or maybe like a friend of mine, for example, right? He had a podcasting agency. He exited that agency and now he's into a completely different niche. So even though his background is in podcast editing, so service-based service provider, right? Like, he knows how to deal with customers. He knows how to deliver different types of services and possibly even products and things like that. Now, because he moved into a different industry, different niche, he does need more traffic because he already knows what he's been dealing with in the past. So when he starts, you can't really compare that person with a person that's completely started from scratch. Let's say you have an online trainer in the fitness space, and now it's the first time that they are delivering this service online, right? They might not know how to create a members area on a landing page. They might not know what a integration from Calendly to Kajabi means, or Calendly to ClickFunnels, or Ontraport, or Infusionsoft, or whatever, right? They might not know all these basic integrations for them to just need more traffic. Because again, you're going to freak out if you just start spending, let's say, $50 a day, and you immediately get extra 20 or 10 to 15 new Instagram DMs, assuming that you run Instagram DM ads. Now you don't know what to do with it. You just don't have the bandwidth to be able to handle this, higher volume of customers, of potential customers, right? Another situation might be where you do not have the sales process in place yet to even convert that traffic, right? That's why a lot of times when I hear people, hey, I want to go viral on Instagram, I want to go viral on TikTok, I want to go viral on YouTube Shorts or whatever, sometimes, and most of the time, especially for business owners, especially if you have something to sell, you might not be ready for that, right? Because let's say you have a link in the bio, like a book a call type of call to action, and now all of a sudden you get a couple million views on a video, and you might get, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 leads. Imagine not knowing how to follow up with all those leads. And I'm not saying that's a great problem to have. Most people don't have to deal with those kind of problems. But you might freak out at first and you might feel overwhelmed because it's a lot of things happening. And on the other side of this story, even if you are an experienced service provider, let's say you've been in the business for a long time and now you're ready to get more traffic. Maybe you've built your business on referrals, right? I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. He's actually a real estate agent here in the Boston area. So if you're thinking, hey, I have a successful business built on referrals, but I don't have any organic content posted. Typically, especially in today's day and age, 2023, February, when somebody's seeing an ad, because we are being bombarded on all these different platforms, from Instagram Reels to TikTok to YouTube Shorts to Facebook Reels now, Facebook page Reels, even Pinterest has vertical format type of video content now. So we are being bombarded by a lot of different ads. So what happens is a lot of people are skeptical when they see a promoted piece of content, and they might click on your account because the first thing that shows up is your profile, right, with the sponsored piece of content. And then if they click on your profile and literally your account has 0 posts, why would someone trust you? Maybe they see your name on the actual ad and then they go on Google and they Google you. What if they don't find anything about you, right? Like if you're inexistent, like 0, you don't have a funnel, you don't have a website, you don't have any kind of other social media presence. Paid traffic won't necessarily solve that for you, right? So you do need a couple pieces of organic content in place before you start running your first paid advertising campaign. And in my opinion, especially in February 2023 and moving forward, I don't anticipate this changing for the next couple months or maybe towards the end of the year. Instagram DM ads might be the best option for anybody that's looking to get more phone calls booked in their calendar. Now, are there any other options? Of course. But the reason that I believe Instagram is such a powerful platform is they have all the components. I'll link up another episode in the show notes of this one where I talk about the 9 different types of content that you can use with the Instagram platform and what they allow us to do with all these different components of the platform, right? You have the story where you can build a connection with the audience. You have the feed where you can post the reels to get more exposure. Then you have the mini sales page, which is the bio. And then you have the call to action, which is, it can be DM me or it can be the link in the bio. Then you have the pinned post and then the pinned reels, which can be different. Then you have the highlights where you can use testimonials and other maybe podcast features, things like that. Then you have the DM where you can actually sell. So that's why I strongly believe that IG is the best platform to start running ads, because this number one reason is you do not even need a funnel to start running ads on IG, because you can run these Instagram direct message ads. And the way that these work is you literally run an ad depending which audience you want to go for. So let's assume you might have a little bit of organic traffic. You can retarget that organic traffic and then put a filter. Let's say, hey, out of my 300, 400,000 people reached in the last 30, 60, 90 days, I only want people that are part of my audience, but only located in the United States, right? So now you have people in the United States, they already know about you. If you have 0 followers, 0 exposure organically, you post a couple reels, you post a couple pictures, you set up your account properly. Again, I'll link up the other episode where I talk about the Instagram sales machine of 2023 and how to actually properly use all of these components of the platform to make more sales. And then once you use all of those, then you're ready to start running some ads. And then the reason for that is, again, you do not need a website. You do not need a complicated funnel. You don't even need a Calendly page at first. You can literally start running ads, generate more conversations in the DM, And then by doing that, now you're able to continue a conversation with someone that might potentially be interested in what you have to offer. Of course, you need to have a script in place. You need to kind of warm people up. But the content that it's already on your IG feed and your highlights, and then the pinned post and pinned reels, and then the stories allow you to actually create a much deeper connection than just a simple cold ad straight to a landing page, put your information there, and yada yada yada, right? Like, the old kind of cold ad into a funnel type of strategy. The same thing, like this is an actual example of, so my wife runs a beauty academy, so she does all kinds of certifications online and in person here in Boston. So when we started running Instagram DM ads for her business, at first the conversion of sales was slightly slower than, much lower actually, not slightly. It went from, so she was, most of her traffic was coming from Google Ads, which is search. So people searching for specific eyelash certification, eyelash training, specific keywords in the Boston area, to now running IGDM ads and having to warm people up. What happened was, yes, the first month or two, the conversions from these leads into sales were low, but during those weeks, what happened was a lot of the people that became leads, meaning they requested to chat with her. In case you didn't know, the way that Instagram works is once you engage in a conversation with someone, that person will start seeing content from the person that they were chatting with. Because why? Instagram knows one of the most powerful things that someone can do. Imagine your favorite creators, how many times you might engage with their content. A lot of times you just watch their stuff. Sometimes you might sometimes you might save some of their videos, and possibly even comment and maybe watch their stories. But you don't get to DM them so often. And because of that task specifically, where you actually DM someone and then you engage in a conversation, you now start seeing their content, right? And it's pretty much for free every time that you post. Now, of course, if the person is skipping the content that you post and they're now watching, the next 5 pieces of content, let's say they don't engage with it, they always skip it, or things like that, yes, the platform will not recommend them your content anymore. But if your content is really in line with the offer that you are promoting, it's the best way to indoctrinate, quote unquote, people with the organic traffic that you post. So with the organic traffic that you generate from your post. I'm pretty sure you get the point. So back to the whole concept of, yes, you can post organically, but you're not able to control how people are seeing the content and what audience is actually seeing it in the way that you want. What do I mean by that? You want the right time, you want the right person located in the right area to see the offer that you are promoting on your clock. Like if I want to run ads from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time, only to people in Boston, because I know between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. I'm paying, let's say, a part-time salesperson or a setter to engage with my IG DMs, this is the best way for me to start generating leads, right? I'm pretty sure you understand the point. And if you want to see this actual process almost happening, feel free to go to my Instagram and DM me, and I'll send you a reel and also an Instagram carousel what explains this process more in depth, more in a visual way. Because a lot of times with these podcasts, if you're more of a visual person, you kind of need to see this. So if you go to my Instagram, which is instagram.com/Marian V Esanu, Marian VESANU, just shoot me a DM. Let me know that you listen to this podcast and you want to actually see the visual representation of this podcast. I'll send it to you, obviously, for free. So this is the main reason. Like it's not that, again, I don't have any kind of favorite way of generating traffic other than the fact that numbers don't lie. And at the same time, I do believe that you should have at least one long form piece of content a week, and then maybe hire somebody to just chop it off if you have no time on your plate. The easiest way to do this whole organic content game, it's simple process. Like, you don't have to complicate things. Just start with a 4-hour block time on a Saturday or Sunday. Record 4, let's say 10-minute videos for YouTube, specifically educational type of how-to videos. Ideally, you want to be on camera 80% of the time. So talking head type of video. You can look at the camera if you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable, pretend like you are on a podcast. Don't pretend that you're on a podcast. Just have one of those mics that look nice on camera and look at a 45-degree angle. I'll link up another episode for people that are a little more uncomfortable in front of the camera. And I'll put a link in the show notes below to another episode that I explain step by step how to overcome that. And I'm pretty sure you guys will love it. But create these block these 4 hours on a Saturday, have one longer form episode for YouTube a week, and then just have someone chop that up into, let's say, maybe you're not able out of the 10 minutes to chop a 10 reel series, but I guarantee you can get at least 3 to 4 reels out of that. And then that would allow you to post almost once a day, during a week period. And then, so let's say you have 4 videos out of a 10-minute video, 4 vertical reels, right? And those, you can post them one day on, one day off. And during the day off, you just post either a one-page type of, I'm not a big fan of necessarily quotes, but let's say if you talked in the video 3 ways to grow your business, put those 3 steps in written format. So, you can do a carousel. You use canva.com to create a carousel. So you create one video per week, and that's why you need 4 hours to block, because it might take you 1 hour to record a 10-minute video, right? And then plus you might need an hour for just doing research. So 4 to 5 hours a month. You do that, you have 4 different videos to post, and you're golden. It's so much easier. You just need a virtual assistant to chop that up, edit the video, chop it up into smaller pieces. And if you really want to take it to another level, you can do the audio version of it as an audio podcast. But at least do that once a month, and then you're done. The rest of the time you can actually focus on your business. And then once you do that once a month. You only need to go through this process one time, and then as soon as you have an offer ready, or at least you're ready to test a new offer, now you can start engaging into a paid advertising campaign. And in my opinion, this should be Instagram DM ads, right? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you want to get access to these episodes and you want to be notified even before they go live, if you go to www.thebrandupshow.com, you can sign up for the Brand Up newsletter. And I send you these emails every time when before the episode goes live. You can go check it out. And of course, every type of training that I put up for my newsletter subscribers, you guys will get access to it as well. All right. So again, if you want your question answered on the podcast, you can go to my Instagram, which is again just my name, Marian Esanu, Marian Vesanu. DM me over there. I'll put the link in the show notes as well. DM your question and I'll bring it up on the podcast every week, depending how far in advance we are booked with either guests or other episodes that are being recorded already. All right. Thanks a lot for listening, guys. Don't forget, if you want to sponsor the show, support the show, If you are on Apple, just top right corner, you just click the plus button. It's going to allow you to subscribe to the entire show. And then if you're on Spotify, please rate and review. I'll really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Brand up.
All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Brand Up Podcast. I hope you found this episode helpful, and hopefully you'll implement it, because knowledge without action means nothing, as we all know, right? Now, if you're inspired to build an unstoppable brand that conquers, sells, and implement a predictable client acquisition system, my Brand Up Accelerator program is here to help you do just that. So what we do inside the Accelerator, it's a 9-step process. So first step is, of course, we have to do an assessment and understand exactly where your brand is at. Do you need help with implementing it within your business, or you need help with separating your personal brand from your business? I think that's really important. Step number 2 is we do a little bit of goal setting, because we have to understand where we are, but then we need to know where we're going to go. Step 3 is we do a brand development strategy. Number 4 is the client acquisition plan itself, because we need to know how we're going to acquire customers, what is the offer looking like, things like that. Step number 5 is the content creation and also the platforms that you need to focus. Some people need to focus just on one, some people need to focus on multiple, depending how big the team is, depending, how many resources they have. Number 6 is collaborations and possible podcast connections. Number 7 is the sales process. Number 8 is paid ads, because up until point 7, we pretty much build the fire, and the paid ads, in my opinion, is literally the gasoline that you pour on top of it. And number 9, we implement and refine, because we need to understand what works and do more of that. So if you're ready to take your personal brand and business to the new heights, head over to brandupaccelerator.com to learn more and apply now. Thanks again for listening, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode.
Brand up.